बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी
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 जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय
गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी
जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Thank you everyone for coming. today for the Sunday Fish program. Some of you are coming after a long time, so welcome you. You finished with your dentistry? No, not dental hygiene course? Not yet? That's good. So we welcome all of you. We will recite invocation prayer, all of us together. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Savana Raghunathamitam Tamscha Jivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamritamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vacha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. We all will recite Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrutyam narachaiva narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna. Knowledge is supposed to make us wiser, and it is supposed to help us in answering some difficult questions in our life. sometimes we see that the most knowledgeable people are the most confused people. The rankers are the people who are most confused, those who top score in the schools. Not necessarily they pass their exams of the life. And Mahabharata has many episodes which help us to understand how to solve the puzzle of the life. There's a question-answer session between Maharaj Yudhisthir and Yaksha. Those of you know that there are two kinds of people at this time also on the planet. One is Rakshasa, or demons, and second is Devata. Do Rakshas exist at this time on the planet? अभी कोई राक्षस है यहाँ पे? यहाँ पे यानी not in this room. But पृथ्वी लोक पे कोई राक्षस है अभी?
मैं
Well, there's good and bad in everything to this.
So Rakshas is not a person, it's a mentality. And there are people with the cunning mentality. And there are people with the divine mentality, who do welfare for others. So in between the Rakshas and the Devata, or demons and the demigods, there is an entity called as Yaksha. These are in between. There are a type of species on the planet. So one of the species is Rakshas and another is Devata, and in between is Yaksha. Manusha is very lower. So there is a conversation between Maharaj Yudhisthir and Yaksha, and the conversation is about life. So there are different principles in the life. So the story is that one time when all the 5 Pandavas were asked to go in exile, वनवास, आपको सबको मालूम है? वनवास मिला था पांडवों को. कितने साल का वनवास था? कितने साल? प्रभु जी saying 14. Is that correct number? I'll give you 3-4 options. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, 5 options actually. Which is the correct answer? He says 14.
13.
You say, what do you say? 13, 12, 11? Rita ji is saying 12. आपका क्या कहना है प्रभु जी? आंसर 2 ऑप्शन है, 14 और 12. उसके बीच में कोई आंसर है क्या? कितने साल का वनवास था?
13, in which one was Agyatwas?
So there is total 13. So there is a third answer, 13. So how many for 13? 1, 2, 3. You said 14 though. So 1, 2. आपका क्या है? 13, 3. Everybody is 13? So 13 is the right answer. There's a call, ask the audience, right? And then you ask, there's a lifeline. So lock कर देते हैं 13 को. So 13 is the right answer. So out of which 12 years were in the forest and one was Agnatwas, to stay in anonymity. So if they are identified in that time frame, then they are supposed to undergo the whole cycle again. Right? So while they were in their forest exile and 12th year was completed and the 13th was about to begin, at that time Maharaj Yudhisthir and his 4 brothers, they were staying in the forest and they were staying with Brahmanas. And there was one Brahmin who was about to start a fire sacrifice. And at that time there was no matchbox or lighter to lighten up the fire. So how they used to lighten up?
Sticks.
Stone, वो तो movie में देखते हैं.
Sticks.
So there was supposed to be a special type of wood, which is called as arni. Arni एक type का वृक्ष है. वो wood की जो sticks है एक दूसरे पे घिसते हैं, तो it lightens up the fire actually. So the Brahman was about to lighten up the fire and a stag or a deer came, and while he was about to start, he ran through the fire sacrifice area, and that those sticks which were used to lighten up the fire, they got stuck in the horns of the stag. And it started running so fast that the poor Brahman couldn't chase. So at that time, this Brahmin saw 5 Pandavas there and he asked for their help. That, can you please help me to get those sticks? Because without that I can't do my sacrifice. So deer runs very fast, So all these 5 Pandavas were running very fast behind it, but this deer was a special type of deer, very illusionary, which means that you see the deer, you run behind it, and it all of a sudden disappears. And then you see it over there, and then you run there, and it disappears from there. So Pandavas were running behind the deer for long distance. So when you run for longer, what happens? क्या होता है?
You get
आप
tired.
थक जाते हैं. So Pandavas were running for a long time, and they were really tired. And when you run for a longer time, natural thing is you become thirsty, right? So when you are thirsty, then you can't think of anything else but the water. है ना? कोई निर्जला एकादशी करता है यहाँ पे? Anybody does निर्जला एकादशी? Once in a year there is a निर्जला एकादशी. Usually you don't drink water, but on the day of निर्जला एकादशी you feel like drinking a lot of water. Because those of you who do एकादशी, it's very difficult sometimes because you are asked not to eat it, and now you are thinking about eating. Okay. So they were really thirsty and they were thinking only about the water. So Yudhisthir Maharaj, who is the eldest of them, all of them sat underneath a tree, and Yudhisthir asked youngest brother. Who was the youngest one? 5 Pandavas, the youngest brother. What is the name of the youngest Pandava? Huh? Sahadev. Sahadev. So Yudhisthir Maharaj asked Sahadev that, can you please go and find out the water? So Sahadev was very intelligent. He was good at chess also. So he climbed up on the top of the tree and he looked around that if there is any area where he can find the water. So at one place he found that there were line of trees, series of trees, and there were crane birds. They were flying in and out of that area. So he thought that there is a water there, because there has to be a lake when the birds are flying in and out, a lot of birds, so there has to be a water there. So he told to his brothers that, I am going there to find out the water and I will bring some water for you. So all the 4 Pandavas are sitting here, and Sahadev went to find for the water. So when he went for the water, he saw the water was very crystal clear, and he was really thirsty. So when you see the water, you want to drink it. So he went to drink the water. As soon as he picked up the water, there was a sound from the sky came that, please don't touch this water. This is my property, and you have to answer my questions before you even drink this water. So Sahadev looked around and he didn't find anyone. He ignored the warning and drank the water. So Sahadev died immediately. So after a while, when Yudhisthira Maharaj didn't see Sahadev coming back, so he sent the next one, Nakul. So said, Nakul, please go and find out what happened there. Sahadev is not back yet. So Nakul went there, and again the sound came from the sky and asked the question that, don't drink this water and you have to answer my question. So again Nakul ignored the warning and he also died. So next, after a while, when Nakul and Sahadev didn't come back,
Arjun.
then Yudhisthira Maharaj asked Arjun to go. Arjun is a great warrior and a very good archer. So he went there and he saw Nakul and Sahadev dead there. So he was really shocked. And he immediately took out his bow and arrow and he started looking around that who killed my brothers. But again he was very thirsty, so he said, let me drink the water and then I will deal with the person who killed my brothers. So as he was about to drink the water, again the same sound came. What did the sound ask? Don't drink the water, answer my questions. If you answer, then only you can drink the water. Arjun was very brave and he said that, I don't care for you. You have to come and fight with me. And he immediately started shooting the arrow in the sky when he didn't see anyone. So in the direction of the sound, he started shooting the arrows. But then again the sound came and said that, please don't waste your energy and arrows, because you're not going to see me. And don't drink this water. But again, Arjun ignored the warning and drank the water. And what happened to Arjun? Arjun also died there. So now, after a while, when Maharaj Yudhisthira did not find Arjun also coming back, so he sent Bhim to look for. And again, Bhim, seeing all the three brothers dead, and he was also thirsty, so he went to drink the water, and again the same sound came. Bhim ignored the warning and he was also dead. So 4 Pandavas are dead. So then Maharaj Yudhisthira himself went to look for his brothers. And when he saw the 4 brothers were dead, Maharaj Yudhisthira was really shocked. Because these are the 4 people who were very strong and very brave people. Nobody could kill them. Bhim had a power of 10,000 elephants. Arjun was the best archer. Nakul Sahadev was really brave, and how can they be killed? So he started thinking that this is the act of Duryodhana. But he didn't see any sign of injury on the face of them. So he thought that this has to be an act of a devata or some Rakshasi entity, demoniac entity. But then with the water, he thought that